Hi there everyone, Helena from Scratch Magazine here, and I'm joined by the lovely Teresa Foddering, who is lead educator at Lecenté. Welcome to the live, Teresa.
Hi. Hi, thanks for having me.
Good. Well, I know you've been very busy, well, everyone's been very busy in our industry doing lots of Christmas and party nail art. And you're probably all drowning in glitter at the moment, but we've got something...
I'm snowflaked out.
Oh, snowflaked out, that's what we're saying.
It used to be bows were a thing. Snowflakes, I think, have been a thing, and it was always like a stamped thing. And now we're in, you'll see some in a minute. I'm not going to show you any, so don't everyone panic. But yeah, snowflake. I am loving it. I am loving the snowflakes, but I've already had enough already.
But one thing you can never have enough of is sparkle and glitter. And we just, I mean, Lecenté loves to sparkle. We all love to sparkle. I've got sparkle on my nails right now. It's the perfect time for it, which means we've got something very exciting to reveal from Lecenté. 3 new products coming out on Thursday. Do us the big reveal.
Okay, right. Do you want to stay seeing my face for a little bit?
Yes, absolutely.
So, I'll cover my nails. Okay, yes. So a very unique new product being brought to us on Thursday. Yes, we have done glitter for a really long time, but we have never done a glitter like this. This is kind of like the ultimate in sparkle. And I'm going to show you them one by one, but they are a mixed multi-glitz glitter, which I'm sure many of you have already seen our multi-glitz glitters anyway. But this is a whole new level. The glitter, as you know, I'm a little bit of a nerd. The glitter actually starts from the very smallest micro particles of glitter that we have, which are almost like dust, all the way through to a 5mm hexagon, with squares thrown in, with flakes thrown in, with shards thrown in, and every other cut of grade of glitter in between, which means they are super duper sparkly. And obviously when I flip you around under the correct light, you will see them. Yeah. But they are crazy sparkly. And I am aware that sometimes chunky glitters, everyone does the whole, oh, I can't get it right. Well, then that is why we're here now. I'm going to show you some variety of ways of applying them, through from having them nice and really chunky all the way through to something quite quick and easy, so that your chunky glitters don't just sit on the shelf.
Brilliant stuff. And what are the names of these 3 gorgeous glitters that are coming out on Thursday?
Okay, so we have Opal, which is like a holographic. It's actually the glitter that I've been asking Maria for a considerable amount of time. So when she handed it to me, I was buzzing. It's basically me in a pot. It's this kind of grey, lilac-y, silver,
sort of pearly.
Yeah, pearly finished glitter, which obviously changes colour. And these are all iridescent bases, so they will change colour depending on what you put them on, but also light reflective. So we have Opal, which is a silver one. Okay, then we have Aphrodite, which is a pink based one.
Pretty.
And then we have Sunbeam, which is gold, but it does have a green hue. And actually what I've showed you, I'm show you in a moment, I've actually put it on a green just to bring out the green as well, because I love a green. Controversial, but I do love a green.
No, so, green nails are going to be huge in 2022, and so the perfect transition from, you've got your Christmas festive greens with some gold in there. We'll see you all the way through party season 2022 and for your designs there. So bang on trend for the new year.
Well, we've been actually doing quite a lot of green at the moment, and I've been doing lots of custom blended greens. Like everyone's come in and said, I want this green, but it's not quite this enough. So obviously benefits of Create, we can make any colour. So we've been custom blending quite a lot as well. So
3 gorgeous shades there. I'll let you get set up for the demo.
Okay.
If anyone has any application questions or general questions about Lecenté and its glitters throughout, then please do comment in the box below, and we'll endeavour to get those answered. And I am told by the powers that be at Lecenté that if you buy these glitters on purchase day, on launch day, on Thursday only, that is the 9th of December, then you receive a free smoothie as well. That is correct, isn't it, Teresa?
That is correct, yeah.
Fantastic. But that's for one day only, so you better be quick. on Thursday when these beautiful glitters launch as well. Look at those on screen, they look amazing.
I mean, I'm 99% sure, and I'm sure one of the Lecenté team are here, but we've also been running a campaign where every week we often give you an I'm yours glitter with your order. And currently up until today, so if you place an order today, you get this one, which is just, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. But as of tomorrow, we switch to a new time. So I'm pretty sure as of tomorrow, you get this one.
Oh, hello.
So not only are you really getting that, you're getting that too. So, you know.
Amazing.
But that's in all of your orders for the next week, okay? But yes, if you order these on Thursday, you get a free bottle of Smooth It as well. And I'm going to show you how to get the best out of that today.
Brilliant.
So
well, I'm going to put you on full screen now, and then you're going to just do a demo and talk us through everything that you need. So let me get off the screen so you can have that limelight.
Now, I don't know whether your lights, your screen is showing these as much as they are. You know, don't you just hate it when you get new glitters and things like that? And actually, let's try it with the pots open. It's you don't get the full wow with the lights. And just aim this light a bit better. So this is Opal. Now, I don't know about everyone else, but again, like I say, I am a little bit of a nerd. Now, sometimes glitters can feel really kind of quite firm, like crunchy and rough. I mean, I've got gloves on now, but when you buy these, get them home and have a feel. They are like dust. I don't know they are so soft. They're like baby powder soft. But as you can see, there is shards, there is circles, there is microflying glitter, there is powder, there is huge holographic hexagons in there, there is flake in there. So it literally is every single speck of glitter possible. This is going to get very messy. If only you could see my desk and my floor. I had Christmas music on in here last night, and I actually went to work today and my staff were like, Twiz, you've got glitter in your hair. And I was like, oh, it's everywhere. Okay, so this one is Opal, okay? So there we go. And so here I've not put it on anything, so you're actually seeing through it, because I want you to know that obviously whatever you put on underneath will enhance that colour. So that is Opal.
See, that looks just gorgeous. We've just been featuring a lot of glass nails and jelly nails, and this see-through effect, which is really popular with kind of cover tips, and just putting a dusty of glitter over the top, or you know, a layer of gel polish is really, really popular. So that looks amazing over a clear tip.
Yeah, and it's almost like cracked ice. I think it's very, very on trend, I think, with the kind of season right now. And I don't know if everyone's got the horrendous weather that we've got, but you know, it is beautiful. So to enhance that, I've obviously put one of our silvers underneath. So this is Dancing in the Moonlight. So you can see obviously how it's deepened that. Again, really the camera not doing this the best justice. I wonder if I could change the light. Is that better?
Beautiful, yeah. Yeah.
So that is Opal. And with that one, I created the snowflakes. So it would have been rude not to, because this glitter actually is literally everything that I've been asking Maria for. This is also my favourite create colour, and this is Soho. So you can see here I've used it pure, I've used it over an ombre, I've done an ombre fade here, and I've done something which one of my staff members calls, Emma, calls Tap Tap. Very popular, not very exciting name. You literally just tap it on and it just falls naturally where it wants to. I'm going to show you that just because it's a really effective and quick and easy way to create some nice Christmas nail art. So that's me using Opal here. Let me move that out of the way before I spill it everywhere. Then we have Aphrodite. So this is your pink based one. Again, like I say, these are all iridescent, and they all have the different sizes and cuts of glitter in there. But this is a pink, predominantly pink based one.
It's like magic in a pot, really, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I really like the name as well. I don't know who named this one, but good choice. So here goes. This is just it pure as it is. Okay. And it does sit lovely. Look at how lovely and smooth that is. So none of this lumpy, bumpy, chunky. It is because it's quite soft. You can get a really lovely finish. But like I said, I am going to show you how to perfect that application. And here I've put it over to Opal, which is one of our recent French colours. So again, it's just enhanced the colour there. But just because it's a pink glitter, and this is one of Maria's favourite things, just because it's a pink glitter does not mean you should put it over pink. Try it over lots of different colours. But I just wanted to enhance that for you. So that's Aphrodite. And then we have Sunbeam. So like I say, this is gold, but it does have a green base, which I am living for at the moment. So let me grab that. And actually playing around last night, I ended up with it all across my desk. I'd got them all mixed. So I ended up using a bit of a mix of them all as well. I was in here until midnight last night playing around. I got a bit carried away. I thought I was done and then I had another idea.
That's the thing, is you could enjoy playing for hours upon hours. That's the beauty of nail art, isn't it? And nail glitter. You could just have so much fun with them both. And just, yeah, it never stops, doesn't it? And then by the end of it, you're covered in sparkle. But that is, you know, one of the beauties of nails.
Yeah, I mean, my other half hates glitter, hates it. And I mean, it is where I took my clothes off last night. Sorry, everybody. Where it is all over my carpet. I don't think he's noticed, but yeah, I'm going to have to do a big cleanup job after this. Okay, so this is Sunbeam. And like I said, because it's got a green base, I really wanted to enhance that. So I use this on Eyes of the Surprise, which is like a greeny, khaki, greeny kind of colour. It is gold, but it, again, has a green tone. And I really wanted to, so you can see how much that changes. But if we do keep it predominantly gold, it really is gold. So again, I've done another variation of ombre. I've kind of steered clear from the snowflakes here. We've done another kind of tappy, smattery version. You
is
can
that the technical terms for it, the tappy tappies? I like that.
Tappy, that's what we call it in the salon, tappy. It's not very exciting, but even the clients ask for it now. So yeah. Oh, I didn't show you the Aphrodite ones, did I? Oh, there you go, look at those.
Stunning.
So I'm really loving the sugar at the moment as well. I'm kind of loving that. So again, a little sneaky snowflake in there. Do you know what, this morning I'd hit a creative block last night and I was like, I don't know what I'm putting on that one. I'm just going to leave it. I'll do it when I get to the salon today. And I've got these really big, if you follow me on Instagram, I've got these really big pink wheels that someone's made me for my window display, and they're really very Essex. And they've got big pink candy canes and sweets and everything. And as I pulled up to the salon, I went, that'll do. That's what I'm putting on there.
You know what, that's a really nice alternative for those that don't really want the traditional festive shades, want something that will last them through to the beginning of January as well, and you know, look very wintry and pretty and feminine and lovely, but maybe they don't want those traditional shades of kind of red, green, gold.
Yeah,
there's something for everyone with these three glitters.
Yeah, so there we go. So that's those. But like I say, I'm also gonna like this little tappy method, and another really kind of popular here at the Lecenté HQ is Jenny Nagorski. She loves a foil sandwich. She is our foil queen. So you can see here I've actually used the glitters within the layers of the gel, so using our more translucent gels. This is actually, I've now decided this is going to be my nails for Christmas. And I've sandwiched in some foil, I've sandwiched in some glitter, and finished off with a little tappy after. So yeah, we will show you how to do that in a bit. Okay,
awesome.
Right, let's move these out the way. Oh, let's glitter everywhere, and I haven't even started yet. I've actually put layers and layers of couch roll down here because I know exactly what's going to happen. So let's put Opal out. Sit right for me. There we go. So you know what I'm doing at all times. And I'm just going to grab a translucent pot, because I just want you to see how much glitter we can get on there in one go without it becoming chunky, and you can get really nice coverage with that. So I'm just going to take the shine off that because I haven't done that. So 1 second. Okay.
I know we've got lots of Lecenté educators and brand ambassadors.
Oh, have we?
So if they're all commented and say which one's their favourite. But like I said, if anyone's got any questions throughout, please do pop them in the comments below. Unfortunately, every time I speak, my face comes up on the screen, so I'm going to be quiet while you get on with this, Teresa.
Oh, okay. All right, so I have obviously prepped some tips for a bit later, because just to save us on some time. But like I say, I do want to show you how to get a really good full coverage, hence I'm doing it on a clear tip. But obviously if you're doing this on a client, you're going to have applied your base coat and whatever base colour, if you're using one. So thinking we've put our base coat on here, I'm now going to go and pick up Smooth It. So if you place an order for these tomorrow, then you will get a free bottle of Smooth It. Can't get it undone, 1 second. There we go. Right. And you're just going to apply a nice, thin, even layer of Smooth It down. So over what would be your base. So I said to Helena just before we started this is, I feel like I've come out of retirement. Don't normally get horrendously nervous at these kind of things, but it's been a long time. I think I've worked out the last time I did a live was in the second lockdown. Kind of stepped aside for all of our lovely, amazing new educators to give them the limelight. And I usually am the person just sat and watching. So thanks for having me. Right. So I've got my layer of Smooth It, and I'm going to pick up my Lecenté fan brush and into this wet layer. So the reason I'm using this fan brush is because it picks up, can you see, every single type of possible particle on there. And I'm going to just tap that in. Now, if I do it with my G1, which is fine, you don't tend to pick up the larger pieces. If you do it with your P1, that does pick up some of the larger pieces, but not all of them. So I want to make sure we get absolutely everything in here. You can see I'm very just gently touching that on, and then using the tip of my brush to just flatten those particles down. So we see we've got a few little bits sticking up there. I'm just going to flatten those down. You can see how much that's given us coverage already. Okay, so this one is Opal. Now, it's fine if you don't want those larger particles, of course, but if, like I say, if you want to be able to get the best of the entire pot on there, then definitely reach for your fan brush.
I'm just jumping in, but I think that having all of those particles just makes for the most eye-catching, amazing design. I think Christmas, we're surrounded by lights everywhere, and just imagine the sparkle on those. You know, if it's party season, if you're out Christmas shopping, and it's just going to look amazing. So that was Opal, and you used the Lecenté fan brush. Is that correct?
Yeah. But like I said, I have previously reached for the P1. Of course, but like I say, this one you can see, like, even just on the edge there, I have absolutely every possible particle on there. Everything is on there. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use whilst that's curing, a standard lint wiper. I'm just going to pull off those excess particles. Look. Okay.
That came off a lot easier than I expected, actually. You can tell you're a pro at this.
Because actually what's happening is this brush is not wet. What has happened is the glitter is stuck to this brush, and the wet product was touching the glitter, not my brush. So that brush is perfectly fine. So there you go. So you can use your fan brush once it's cured to dust off any excess. And this bit's quite important, so make sure you dust off every bit of excess. Okay, and we're going to go in with another layer of Smooth It. So our Smooth It actually is the reason we bought this glitter, this polish out, was for this exact reason, to smooth it out. So just one thin layer again. And it's not going to be even. This is not going to make it perfectly smooth, but it is going to even it out, okay? But it's just going to help smooth it out before you're then going to go in with your top coat. So what does everyone think of this one? Do you steer clear from the chunky glitters? And if you do steer clear, why?
We've got a lot of people saying how much they loved Opal. They said it's so beautiful, really love it. And you know what, I love a bit of texture on that nails. I know obviously smooth it creates that kind of nice, it gets around the glitter, excuse me, very, very well. And then you've got your top coat application afterwards. But it's, you know, a little bit of texture never hurt anyone anyway.
No, I mean, because it's an iridescent, I mean, you could by all means sugar with it, but it is softer. Like I said to you before, it is a much softer, you just well, cleanly touch the glitter when you get it. It is just so soft. I don't even know the descriptive words to be able to describe it. It wasn't what I was expecting when I touched it. So yeah, it's very, very soft. Okay, so when that's done, I'm then going to just top coat that, and which is now going to make it perfectly smooth. The other reason for applying Smooth It before you use your top coat, because if you're like me, you've got a lovely brand spanking new bottle of top coat, no one wants glitter in there. So this keeps it very, very nice, clean, fresh bottle. Okay, so does that simplify it down for everybody? It really is that simple. You can now have a perfectly smooth nail.
I think everyone seems pretty happy.
Good. Because like I said, I've been guilty of it myself, thinking, oh, I don't want to use a chunky glitter. It's going to stick up. It's not going to sit flat. I don't want the nail to be really chunky. I still want a nice smooth finish. Okay. It's a little lump there, I can see. And tease my top coat. So my brush is very just teasing on the very, very top of it. So not pressing down, and that's just dragging the top coat into position. Smooth over. There. Okay, so we'll pop that in. That cures for 30 seconds. Okay, so that was Opal. Now, another way of getting, if I use one of these here, whilst we've got Opal open, I'll do one of these. So another product that obviously I create doesn't have very much of an inhibition layer because it is so pigmented. And I'm sure Maria won't mind me saying that when she first launched Create, I was like, you've made glitter and now you've got a gel polish that doesn't have much of an inhibition layer. Like, did you think that through? Which I know is a bit of a silly question, but you know what, I've actually really learned to love that, because now I have the benefits of no inhibition layer or a partial inhibition layer, or I can add an inhibition layer. So now the flexibility, I can, pardon the pun, create anything that I like. So so I've done a really shoddy ombre on purpose, I'd like to say, because no one has time this time of year to do a perfect ombre. So this was a real quick, cheap but effective way of having a lovely finish, because you'd never know. Okay,
we've just had one question just to interject before you start this beautiful design. Claire has asked, if you didn't have Smooth It, could you use a builder or a so-called clear gel?
If you didn't have Smooth It, you could use base coat. I probably wouldn't reach for builder, just because it's just that bit too hard and it's going to affect your removal time. So you still want to be able to know that you can remove this in a normal service time.
But Claire missed at the very start, when we said that these 3 glitters that are being showcased today are launching on Thursday on the Lecenté website. And if you get them from Lecenté on Thursday on launch day, you get a free Smooth It. So if you don't have it, you can get it on Thursday with a free
Smooth It and an I'm Yours glitter, I think.
There we go.
Don't quote that to me, but yeah. So yeah. So to be honest with you, I mean, Smooth It is ideal for going over the top of things. 9 times out of 10, I do a lot of designs that when I want to add glitter and things like that, I put a sticky inhibition layer on. So if I want a full coverage, I'm showing you just now the quickest way of getting a quick one dabbed on full coverage. There's the glitter. Okay, you can by all means build that. You could put a thin layer of base coat, cure it, put the glitter on like you would ordinarily, put another thin layer of base coat. So for example, look, I have my own glitter version of base coat. This means it's got glitter in it. It means that I've contaminated it, so it's always got particles of glitter kicking around in there. And then cure it again, put another layer, but you're going to be building up those layers. Now, it's lovely if you want to create depth, but it is our busiest time. We need speed and we need effective finish. So this was a wet layer, Smooth It, glitter in there, cure it, Smooth It, top coat, gently kick the client out the door. Okay. So next I'm going to just show you, whilst I've got this one out, just this how to just foolproof ombre just quickly. I've used Soho here and Dancing in the Moonlight down here. I've kind of gently touched them with the brush. I haven't even used a separate brush to blend them. That's how it's come out. But I do need an inhibition layer on there to get my glitter to stick to, because if I do it right now, you get the odd bit, but it won't be full enough for me. Okay, so I'm going to get my contaminated base coat. Here's one I made earlier, because it doesn't matter if I get a little bit of glitter on there. And I'm going to put a very thin layer. Sorry, I'm blurring on a very thin layer of base coat on there. Now this is going to provide me with the most stickiest inhibition layer. So I could dab foil in there, I could dab glitter in there, I could do whatever I like, really. Okay. I'm going to cure that. So that's a very, very thin layer of base coat. We obviously also have foil gel. You can use foil gel. Even though it doesn't cost us more money, foil gel and base coat, they're exactly the same cost. I always just feel like foil gel is so much more expensive. So I tend to keep it quite exclusive to my foil. There's no reason why I need to do that. But this is for my foil only. But that's just my personal preference. Right. So I'm going to wait for that to finish. So I have my cured inhibition layer. I'm now going to reach for my P1 just because I want to show you a variation of brush. So our P1 is our powder brush, pigment brush. It also just picks up larger particles versus the G1. I'm just going to go in there and press in on that silver side. And dust it across, masking my horrendous ombre, and no one will ever know. It's always something I've kind of taught those people that don't or can't feel they can't do a very good ombre. It's all about your technique of upselling it to the client. When you do a really bad ombre and you think, oh, well, there's no going back on that, you need to say to that client, do you know what's going to really save this? I think what's going to really finish it off is just a little bit of glitter down that centre line. It's going to really make it lovely. And as long as you've delivered it well, they go, yeah, that's a great idea. And you've just saved your butt. So there we go. Completely masked. You've still got all of those different particles of glitter, but it just isn't as dense. Can you see? It just isn't as dense as applying it into a wet layer. So it means that the colour is showing through. So we've got little gaps where there isn't any glitter. So make sure that you burnish that really well, taking off any excess, and you will notice how perfectly flat is that. Still no big bits sticking up. So if you've got big bits sticking up, reach for your Smooth It. If you haven't, and you're confident you're not going to get any excess glitter in your brand new top coat, I'm not so confident, but we're going to give it a go. Then apply your top coat straight over and you will still get a perfectly smooth finish. So again, this is all about speed, that wow effect, for getting that client out the door in that busiest period of time. It's so effective, though, isn't it? Just simple.
That's stunning. I think that's kind of perfect if someone's got a party dress colour in mind or a Christmas outfit and they just want that, I'm not going to say subtle bit of sparkle, but they want that colour of maybe their Christmas outfit to kind of seep through while they've got some glitter on top. It's a really nice mix. And just because you've got glitter, it doesn't mean that you can't have those tints of colour. I think that works really beautifully.
I think what's really important to remember about these glitters as well is that, like I say, many will be too scared to reach for these, for their chunkier glitters, because they think that they're not going to sit flat, because they don't know what to do with them. They're going to make the nail really chunky. So you don't have to go, right, yes, I'm going to apply it in one thick, big bulk coat. You know, these have lots of different grades and cuts of glitter. Use that to your advantage. Don't let them sit on the shelf. Like, use them. Don't just write them off for their face value.
I think when you did the close-up, I'm going to get a close-up on you now, when I've finished talking of that nail, you can really see the different shapes, shaped particles that are in these 3 new glitters. Let me stop talking.
Yeah. It's lovely. I was going to say something then, it's gone. No, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Right, let's put that one back. Okay. Let me also get rid of this massive pile of glitter that's accumulating before I genuinely go in looking like a Christmas tree. So let's get rid of that one and we'll start again. There we go. Right. So let's move on. Let's pick up Aphrodite, shall we? So that's our pink shade. So that's this one here. Shall we do, what should we do? Let me show you the little tappy method. So here's one I made earlier. So this is What Incarnation. So it's just a beautiful, lovely pastel pink. Again, I'm just complementing the colours that we have in here. And there is some iridescent holographic hexagonals in there. There's also some, if any of you are familiar with our New York pink glitter, there's some New York pink hexagons in there. So it'll be nice if we can get those on there. Again, remembering we need an inhibition layer on here. So again, I'm going to reach for my base coat and my contaminated base coat. It doesn't matter if I end up with a little bit. Can you see there's little bits of glitter in there already? So it doesn't matter. That's why I have one specially for this. And again, really thin. You can see I'm really working it across the nail. So I want this nice and thin. I do not want a chunky nail. Okay. I'm going to pop that into Cure. And again, I'm going to pick up, you know, you can do this with your fan brush or you can do this with your P1 brush. It's totally up to you. It's down to what you are most comfortable with. I'll leave that in there so you know which one that is. And these are going to be available individually after Thursday from us at Lecenté.com, but on our very first day of launch where you get your free Smooth It, they are available only as a set. Okay, so our cured inhibition layer there. I'll pick up my P1 and my ode to Emma that works for me. I'm going to dip in there and I generally am going to, from height, so good height, tap and let that fall on organically of its own accord. And you get a little bit of everything. So again, don't just think, oh, these glitters have to be on there pure. They don't. and you are getting a bit of everything. And I'll bring it up to camera in a moment so you can see. And because this is a cured layer, I can use my brush and I can just flatten anything down so it sits nice and tight. Apart from that little bit of fluff, what is that? Let me get that. No one wants a hair in there. There we go. Okay. I'm going to dust that down. A little gap there, pop some in there. So again, you are seeing every single different type of cut that's in there. Got a shard here, there's a circle here, there's flake, there's a hexagonal there. Okay. I mean, you can add to that if you like. You don't have to just have the glitter. We can add to it too. I quite like using our Lavender Love iridescent flakes. Although this has got some flake particle in there, no harm in adding a little bit more. So let's just pop a few of those in there as well on that inhibition layer.
I feel like this is a festive unicorn nail. That's what I want to call this one.
Well, I wouldn't be coming out of retirement without doing something like this, would it?
Definitely a festive unicorn. I feel like this might be your favourite glitter from the collection. Am I right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. we've had a few comments on your tappy tappy. I think that may make it into the official nail technique phrase book.
Okay, tappy tappy. It's do you know what, again, it's so effective and so quick. And don't just do it with these ultimate multi-glitzers. Use it with our standard multi-glitzers as well. Again, you just get a really nice dusting across the nail. So if you feel like that's really thick and chunky, which I don't, then if you did go across it with your smooth it, you know, you could even have it matte. Should we do a matte one? Would everyone rather see it matte, or would you rather see it with top coat? You choose. Although, what have I done with my matte top coat?
Drum roll for the answers.
Right, while you're all looking, oh, here it is. Okay, right. What's the first one?
Jenny said that she loves matte, and Claire wants to see matte as well. So
okay, let's do a bit of matte then, shall we? Okay. What I like when we put matte on is how matte goes across the iridescent flake or the iridescent particles in the within the glitter. You can see already it has that really gorgeous golden glow. So I'm just gonna, and I have to say, I mean, biasly of course, but our matte top coat is by far the best matte top coat I've ever used. I'm a bit snobby when it comes to matte. I don't like it when they're yellow. I don't like it when they are really frosted. Matte top coat inherently is a little bit frosted, but look how clear that is. Just, yeah, it's just perfect. And it stays matte. I never forget the first time I used the matte top coat, and I was actually put under a lot of pressure. I was at a distributor training event, and I had to train lots of different distributors from Europe, and they said, oh, can you just show them this matte top coat? And I've never touched it before. And that moment where you think, oh God, I've got to love this. And if you know me well enough, my face says everything before words have come out of my mouth. And oh my God, I loved it from the second I put it on. So yeah, not biased at all, but it is by far the best matte top coat ever. Right, so cure that for 60 seconds, matte top coat. It's unlike the standard top coat, which is 30. So I'm going to bring this one back in here. So obviously I use Aphrodite here. You can see I did matte here with my little tappy tappy and a little bit of flake. Again, really good thing about Create is that it doesn't have much of an inhibition layer and it's pure pigment. So we can use it as gel paint. So all I've done here is I've decanted a small amount of White Magic, which is our pure white gel polish. And then I've drawn my design over the top of my finished matte nail, wiped that, done my design, cured that, and then wiped it. And you'll see I have a sateen finish. So it's ever so slightly glossy, but it's not matte. And that is obviously had the inhibition layer removed to get a nice sateen finish over there. Right, are we ready? Here's matte. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh.
That looks really nice. I think
Yeah.
it's going to get a lot of love.
Yeah, I love that myself. Give that a cleanse. Yeah, I like that a lot. Right, so that one. Okay, so Sunbeam. So this is our gold, but like I say, does have an ever so slight hint of green, so you can obviously emphasize that green if you put something green underneath there. I've actually pre-prepped a red nail, so this is a Better Safe Than Soiree, and it is just beautiful. It's a translucent gorgeous deep red, very, very popular at the moment. So that is on, cured, and ready to go. I'm actually going to now reach for my foil gel because I'm going to do a little sandwich and do a bit of everything for you on this one nail. Are there any questions?
No questions, but a lot of love. So Jo Trick has said that she remembers when you were all stroking matte nails like they were velvet.
Yes. Yes, so Jo was at the distributor event. Jo is one of Lecenté's ambassadors. Hi, Jo. Yeah, like I say, she was sat there as we were obviously given it, and I think I even asked a question. I think I even asked a question across the room to Maria and Jed about it, which probably I shouldn't have been doing. I should have been ultra professional, pretended that I'd seen it before, but I hadn't. Like I say, my face does give things away. So this is gold spangle. This just looks like tinsel, doesn't it? Look at that. So this is one of our nail art foils. I'm just going to cut a little bit of that off. So I put my foil gel on there. So I'm going to use a bit of foil, I'm going to use a bit of glitter. I'm just going to very, very, very quick again. So because I'm not going to be doing a full coverage foil, I can cure my foil gel for 60 seconds versus the 120. It is fully cured at 60 seconds, but at 120, it provides a much tackier finish. So if we were going to use this as a full coverage, we'd cure for 120. But because we're going to do a tappy, a dabby, then I'm going to cure for 60. Okay, so my cured foil gel. So this one's dabby, everyone. You see, look how strong that is. Look at that. If you ever struggle with foil transfer, this is the one. I'm then going to reach for my Sunbeam. I'm going to use my P1. I'm going to press in some of that. Again, you can see zero precision. Like I say, this time of year, we just want the wowing effect. Okay, dust off that excess. Now I'm going to reach, to be fair, that looks nice on its own, but I'm going to reach back for Better Safe Than Soiree, and I'm going to go over the top. So this is an ode to Jenny Nagorski, one of our Suffolk, Essex educators. She loves a foil sandwich. So if you can you see how it shines through the colour? So keeping it nice and thin. So we're sandwiching in those glitter particles and that piece of foil. So we're now getting a lovely metallic red finish. So again, with Create, we can create anything really. Now, just get
It's the texture makes it look really incredible when you do a foil sandwich like that.
Yeah. So now that's not perfectly smooth, but that's fine because again, I wanted it nice and thin. I just wanted to have that tint. On my screen right now, that's not as metallic as it looks in real life, but trust me, try it. So I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. Now, because Better Safe Than Soiree is a translucent gel. It's not a pure pigmented gel. It has a see-through aspect to it. It has much more of an inhibition layer. So you heard me say earlier that when we like black magic, white magic, they're very, very pure in pigment. So they have a much lesser to very small inhibition layer. Because this is more of a see-through color, it has somewhat of an inhibition layer. So with that in mind, this is now my cured Better Safe Than Soiree over the top of a sandwiched, encapsulated Sunbeam and gold tinsel foil. You see how I got carried away last night. I'm actually going to go back in and we're going to go in with our tappy tappy this time. So dip, 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 tap, tap, tap. And I'm literally just tapping with my finger from height. And you can be as generous or as mean as you like. So this is, if any of you lot are copying me, this is going to be my Christmas nails. This is exactly what I'm having. And I'm going to press that down, dust that off, make sure that those particles are sitting beautifully flat. Again, if you don't think it's particularly smooth, I've got a little piece. What is with this? A little bit of fluff there. I think this might be a new P1. That might be why. There we go. So I will do it just so that you can see me do it. So if I wasn't too happy and I think that was really lumpy bumpy and not sitting as flat as I would like, I'm going to apply a thin layer, smooth it. Smooth it also is quite I like to use the word strong quite lightly, but it is quite a hardy gel. So it will also provide a little bit of extra strength as well. So if your clients' nails are just that little bit needing a little bit more oomph, then by all means, a nice, lovely little thin layer of Smooth It sandwiched in will help with a little bit extra longevity. Okay, so you can see not perfectly smooth because it was nice and thin. You can see it's not a bulky nail. I'm going to cure that and Smooth It cures for 60 seconds. And then I will go in with my top coat. Oh, look at that. Don't kill me, Maria, but let's just have a little bit of dusting. You can see all of those pieces. And it is, it's a little bit of that, is that ASMR? Is that what that's called? It's really soothing. It's so soft and I can't explain it.
Looking at it, it's just beautiful. It's just really nice to watch. And it's just like all of those different glints and colours look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, love it. Just wait for that to finish and then I will top coat that and then I'll re-show you those. Well, I'm just going to put my lids on everything because if you know me well enough, I knock them over quite frequently. Okay. Rid of that. So I hope I've kind of showcased everything you can do with these. So you don't have to just apply them in one thick, take it as face value, that is the glitter. We can tappy or we can apply them over matte, we can use them to mask you know, a badly executed ombre or a quick ombre, should I say. How's that looking on the screen there?
Really beautiful.
Oh. I've got a client who basically just has pretty much the same colour every time she comes in. She's a glamorous older lady. Today I managed to convince her for the first time to have a bit of glitter. She goes, oh, well, it is Christmas. She goes, oh, you did say that you'd make me have it. But it's took me quite some time. I mean, it's took me months, probably since we come back out of lockdown, for her to have glitter. I showed her this today and she was like, oh, actually, I think I quite like that. It's my own now. Now's
the perfect time to start those upsells, because if you do have regular clients that aren't very experimental, Christmas and party season is the perfect time to, even if it's just like a very slight glitter fade on, you know, a ring fingernail, ease them in quite nicely and you can then start to do the big upsell. Once they see that kind of glitter on a ring finger, no doubt that they'll be hooked, because who doesn't love a bit of sparkle?
Oh, it is the season. But I think I think one year, you know, when we went into the very first lockdown, I had one of my clients, or the one that was around Christmas. Was that the second one? Oh, I get lost now.
There's been so many, hasn't there?
Oh no. She ended up with Soho. She had Soho on, so the dark blue with snowflakes sandwiched in. So I'd actually put foil on, I'd put glitter on, I'd put snowflakes in, I'd sandwich that in over. So I'd put more blue over the top, so she got snowflakes as she looked through, like you can see through that now. And then she had more dusting of glitter over the top and more snowflakes, and that saw her through to the end of February. Needless to say, she is not having snowflakes this year, she said.
No, I'm just going to do a last zoom on your amazing designs that in true Blue Peter fashion and true well-prepared Lecenté educator style you created earlier.
Okay. So there you are.
Absolutely.
I love that. You know what? I'll try and get a lovely photo of that for you, because you just need to. Can you see it from the side? Look, as you look through it, you can see it, and you see how perfectly smooth that is. Look at that shine line.
That is beautiful. Yeah, if you can take a photo and pop it in the comments live, that'd be amazing. But just to remind everyone that these are 3 new Ultimate Multi-Glitz glitters that are launching on Thursday on the Lecenté website, and that is Sunbeam, Aphrodite and Opal.
Yeah.
Have a look at those. And if you purchase on launch day from the Lecenté website, you get a free Smooth It, which Teresa has used a lot within this demo, and it shows that it's vital. So Thursday is the day.
There you go.
Stunning. Well, thank you so much, Teresa. If everyone else, let us know which is your fave glitter in the comments below. But buy them on Thursday. Buy all 3. It's Christmas. Why not? Treat yourself.
Well, even if you're not buying them, don't forget at Lecenté we have gift vouchers as well. So get your other half so they can go on there. They can buy you gift vouchers just to enable your glitter and gel polish addiction.
Definitely. I'd start leaving subtle hints for partners, friends, family, here, there and everywhere. Just start leaving links to things. You know, there are still a couple of weeks, so you've got time. But yeah, if they do it on Thursday, more bang for your buck, as they say.
Definitely.
Smooth it. But really gorgeous glitters. Thank you so much, Teresa, for an amazing demo. Lovely as always to kind of see your magical creations and catch up with you. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And well, if we don't see you before, have a great Christmas. No more snowflakes, but plenty of glitter.
Lovely.
Cheers. Take care.
Take care, everyone. Bye.